This is Daily Flash with Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Broadcasting worldwide and streaming. Daily Flash. Today's talk, tomorrow's trends.
Well, hey everyone, I'm Andrea Jackson.
And I am Mitch English. Welcoming you to Daily Flash. We got today's talk and tomorrow's trends. And so glad to have you here. The most important element of this show is YOU.
YOU, and sweet baby James
There he
joining
is.
us now with how you can get involved in the show.
Look at him. Really, can I say
James
real quick?
Alexander.
He's on his phone answering your messages on the computer. This guy
It's called
nonstop.
multitasking, man.
Multitasking. You
That's
are
right.
awesome.
Hey, Flash family, you can find us on over 219 stations across this great country of ours, including American Forces Network and all our social media. But what I want you to do, if you want to figure out where to watch, we're in your neck of the woods, go to dailyflashshow.com, click on where to watch, and if you want to leave me a message, just click at the top of the website and leave me a nice little, I love you, James, you're the best, awesome guy. I'm sorry. Yes. We'll
See,
have
James
fun
is
with
very
all that.
lonely. That's what he's doing right now. The QOYD is what? What is the QOYD?
So the question of the day is, what's something you thought you never used but now love?
This
What's
is a good
something
one.
I know there is something because I'm thinking, but I can't think. I know there is something. Because this is something like I never thought I would appreciate this as much as I did.
Yes.
You probably have to give me a little time to think about that.
Okay.
I'm sure people at home as well.
I got one.
What?
A neck fan.
A
I
neck
never
fan?
thought, I'm like,
Okay.
Alan got this
Yeah.
for me, and I'm like, I'm never going to use this. And then in the heat of summer,
Use it
when
all the
you've
time.
got the neck fan on, I am telling you, in the Florida heat and humidity, it is a lifesaver.
When you're working in your barn,
barn,
at the
yeah.
stable,
Yeah.
I'm certain of it,
Yep.
right? I'll have to remember that when next time I come over and get some horse crap
Yeah.
from you.
Now I've not gone a
I
step
really
further.
do.
He does. He gets horse crap from me. I'm like, take your crap and get out of here. Now he got me one of those hats that has the fan in it. I can't.
Oh,
I've
okay.
not gone that far.
You
I
have to
had
go
a
that
fan,
far?
the
Hey, it
thing on the
works.
top that the little
Yeah.
twiddly
It's got
do
like-
one thing. Oh, it's
Yeah.
an air
It's like a
conditioner
safari
fan.
hat with the fans inside.
I
I've
got
not
you.
gone
I
that
got
far
you.
yet.
We have everyone. You guys know I'm a Shriner, so we
Yes.
have them at the top of our fezzes.
fez.
Yep, we put them at the top of our fezzes because it gets so hot. So yeah, especially when we're out in parades. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that where they started from? Because remember, there is a cap. It's like a novelty cap.
Yes.
It's like multicolor. Looks like a circus, and it
Yes.
has a little twirler on the
Fan,
top of it.
yeah.
But you're also.
But this
That
guy
goes all the
really-
way back to Faz,
Yeah.
Morocco, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
Wait
it's
a
a
minute.
long time ago.
How come you never drive your little car up here?
Hey, well, you know, I can't fit into the little car. I'm always marching. I'm not in the little car. We got him.
I want to ride in one, man.
We need to have those little cars on the set.
I agree.
We need to have a race in those cars.
We need
I
one
like
to go
that.
here back to the flashback room.
All right, kids. Website, dailyflashshow.com. Check out our question of the day. We want to hear from you. What is something that you are using now that you never thought that you would use?
My
Mitch, think
brain,
about
I'm
that
still
one.
thinking. I know there's something. 'Cause
Your
I was just
brain?
thinking about-
Your brain is-
probably. It's probably.
I
Yeah.
would thought it was something tech-wise.
Yeah, me
'Cause
too.
you got
That's what I'm thinking.
There's so many tech
But
things.
yeah, and every time I was like, oh, I use this a
Yeah.
lot. Just right now, I can't think of
That's
anything.
okay.
But I know there is something out there.
You'll blurt it out in the middle of the talker. And then that's okay. 'cause that's
I
how we
never
roll.
thought that my Tourette's would ever come in handy. But
And it does on this show. You guys, this story is one of those that you're just like, I cannot believe this is happening. A heartless traveler was arrested for ditching her 2-year-old pup at the JetBlue ticket counter in Las Vegas.
Wow.
I want you to take a look at this police body cam the moment they confronted her about walking off without her dog. Take a look.
Actually, I'm gonna put my bag down because I'm exhausted.
No, what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk you back to where your dog's at, and then we're gonna issue a citation because you left your dog at the ticket counter.
Well, I was trying to rebook my flight.
So you walked out here to rebook your flight,
Yes.
and left
that's
your
what
dog
they
there.
tell me at the counter, because
To
he's
walk
my
out here
service
without your dog.
animal.
The traveler attempted to check her bags and her golden doodle, but was told she couldn't bring the dog on the plane without proof the pup was a service dog. She was trying to pull one of those, it's a
Yeah,
service
yeah,
dog.
yeah, yeah.
So the woman tied her dog's leash to the ticket counter and took off for the departure gate. Even though she'd been denied a boarding pass, police said. The woman claimed it was okay to leave the animal behind because it had a tracking device on it. Really? The woman was arrested, booked on charges for animal abandonment and resisting arrest.
We're missing. Show it.
Yeah.
Pop this video up.
Yeah, and the pup was held for 10 days,
Look at it.
but the woman never came back to get the dog. A rescue group took him in, named him JetBlue. So where is Jet now? You ready for this? I love this.
Okay.
Weeks after being found tied to the baggage sizer, Jet has a new home. Officer Skeeter Black, who helped rescue the dog, has adopted JetBlue. The officer and his family were on a wait list for a golden doodle when Jet was taken in by the rescue.
So he was looking for one anyway.
Already looking for one. What started as a heartbreaker has turned into a full circle moment.
Perfect match.
Best of all, JetBlue has a new loving family. But let's get back to talking about this traveler.
That's a cute dog. I'm not a dog guy. All right, animal. But to me, that'd be the kind of dog I would want.
Hey,
I love that
Alex,
dog.
you want to sponsor it?
Yeah, we call it
Daily Flash. Right?
I mean, that face. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It's just, it's heartbreaking to
sad.
think that. How did
know what?
this woman get a dog, and B, how could she be that irresponsible?
Everything I need to know about that woman, I just saw.
Yeah.
I don't need to know. This is a horrible person. I'm sorry, it is.
yeah.
If she's able to do that with such
To that dog.
and just leave and I don't care. You saw how she didn't even mask it.
Nope.
And again, I want to go back. I'm not I think animals should be taken care of by all means.
Right.
I don't mean it when I say that, but wouldn't say, look at that little dog over there in the yellow.
know.
Anyway, it just says everything about this person. And it goes to show just where we're at in society where people don't give a crap about something that's living. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? I mean,
Yeah.
and people will do things beyond what they would do for a human that they will do for an animal.
Yeah.
True. For me, I think she has a mental health issue, right? So
Yeah.
there's something
There could be
there.
an issue there, right?
You know what I'm saying? There's something there where you would leave something you've taken care of. You know, our animals, our pets are like our children. We
They
take
are.
very
Yes.
great care of them, and to see her just walk away like that, I'm just disappointed because it reminds me of an SNL skit.
Which one?
The one that said, "You or us." I'll show you after in the break.
What's the gist of it, though? I don't remember. I thought first I was thinking
I can't
Chris
say that
Kattan
right
doing
now.
a mango.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't say it right now. I'll show you.
Oh,
Okay.
So,
If we can pull up the body cam video again and just talk about this whole approach to the ticket counter, and God bless these ticket agents, the stuff that they have to put up with on a daily basis. This woman, her expectation,
Just
her
let
sense
go
of
of it.
entitlement is like, well, I'm bringing the dog on the flight, and if I can't, then I'm just going to walk away and leave him here.
The thing okay, all right, passengers make the rules now. Oh, okay.
Yes,
It's like-
right, exactly.
I never understood that.
I mean, she just walks up, and that poor dog is like, and the woman, you can see her on the phone. She's like, oh, I mean, and he's looking at her like,
Look,
where
it's
are
like,
you
where you going?
going?
Hey, and look at his tail still kind of wagging. You could see that people are want to take care of him.
The dog looks well trained, is
Yes.
happy, and so on and so forth.
And
So
here's
I
the
don't
thing,
know.
like, if you can't handle a dog, you have no business either buying or adopting a dog. I mean, and look at this sweet baby. He's just like, hi, I'm ready for love and attention.
Yeah.
And the fact that this woman walked up, now, initially they were just going to ticket her, but then
What
she
do you
got
mean-
into...
what do you mean ticket? Like,
give
a
her
fine?
a fine.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
a citation.
for the
They said
abandonment
we were just,
situation?
we
Okay.
were just going to give her a citation, but instead she ended up getting in a fight with the officers.
Well, there you go. See, it says everything
Yeah,
about it.
something's
So-
wrong with her.
Yeah, and you're
Something's
right.
wrong
Yeah, I
with
should
her.
think it sounds like there is. There's got to be.
Something,
Let's hope
yeah.
there's some. I hate to say it. Let's hope there's something mental because a normal person does not think this way.
Right.
And you know what's sad? I remember doing a story similar to this where somebody left an animal on a plane and it got adopted. And it seemed like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
It really big. So it's not like this is an isolated case. I bet you this happens more than often, or at least people will try to see what they can do, or just leaving animals in places and that sort of thing. At an airport, obviously, because they know somebody will take care of it. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. We had a situation here in Florida during a hurricane where a guy tied a dog to a fence post.
Started
Yeah.
a new law.
Yeah,
didn't it?
and let's just say this woman better be thankful that this didn't happen in Florida because she could be going to prison and serving time for this.
Ron
She should.
DeSantis came down hard
Yes.
on the guy. I think they made a new law
Yep.
about this and bigger fines. That it should be comparable.
Yes, I agree.
That should be comparable for it. All right, we need to know what should happen out of it. Look, a happy ending to this.
Yes.
Gorgeous. Pop that up there again,
Can we see
Keegan.
this
That is
picture?
the cutest dog.
I Look at the
And I'm
baby.
not a dog person, but that is a cool dog.
And this is after he'd been abandoned in the airport.
Look how happy
and he's like,
he is.
hey.
You know, so
He's happy dog.
I think with I can't stop looking at the dog. It's
know.
cute. We need to be as a society of just realizing there's this mindset that somebody else will take care of it, right? And that's what that mentality is. And again, to go along with James said, maybe there was some kind of mental issue.
So
maybe just throw in there
a
quickly.
quick data point: 2
Yeah.
million pets and live animals board commercial flights annually.
That's a
Annually,
lot.
That's a
2
lot.
billion
Yeah,
with a
2
B?
million,
2 million.
2
2
million,
million.
yes.
Yeah, that is a lot.
And how many of them are service animals?
Yes,
That's
right.
exactly.
All right, we got more Flash coming up. We're going to be talking about the business of breakups. Explain that a little bit, James. What exactly in detail is that? Quickly.
Very quickly. Don't go out and put your business out in the public. Do it behind closed doors.
All right, we
I
got an
like
expert
it.
coming in for that. We got
And
other great stuff.
we also have our brain flash question
Oh,
of
yeah.
the day. Here is the question: which country consumes the most chocolate per capita?
I think I know the answer to
I
this
do
one.
too. I think I've got a good guess anyway. Stay with us. We're back right after this.
Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. Let's see if you got today's brain flash question correct. The question again, which country consumes the most chocolate per capita? And Jackson, you said you probably know this. I think I do too.
Well, I was gonna say France, but
Oh,
Switzerland.
Yeah.
My next guess.
Yeah, Switzerland. They chomp down on the chocolate. Why not? Right? The Toblerone, exactly. Mitch English along with Andrea Jackson here. Breakups, once they used to be private and painful, they're now happening in public on social media. Everybody knows about it, but does the world need to know and need to be there and need to be free? Well, here with more insight is Juliana Kaplan. She is from Business Insider. She did an article about this, and more than likely, everybody watching has had a breakup. But why are we seeing more of these breakups kind of happening out in public? What have you learned?
Yeah, it's a few different things. One that I heard from experts is that Gen Zers feel a little less comfortable with direct confrontation, talking about their feelings. So they feel like being out in public and doing this is maybe a way to help cushion that flow. Another aspect too is that more folks are living at home, living with parents, living in smaller spaces. So they don't necessarily want their tiny apartment to all of a sudden become like the site of this trauma or,
Okay.
have to immediately go upstairs.
That makes sense. On Seinfeld, there was an episode where George was going to break up, and they were going to go to Papadoro's over on the west side of New York, because that was the restaurant where you break up because you won't make a scene there. Are restaurants kind of realizing that? How do restaurants handle these kind of moments? Because, you go to a place to have a nice dinner and you see a couple and they're about to break up.
Yeah. All of the service workers I talked to said that they have a lot of empathy. Like, they'll maybe like try to like comp your bill or give you
Aw.
a free drink, but they definitely know what's going on. They
Yeah.
just ask that you always tip. They've definitely seen some people storm out in the middle of their meals too. And trying to figure out how to navigate that is its own situation.
Jackson, we should go out together and maybe I can get a free lunch. You just get up and leave. I like that idea. Okay, let's talk about the economics. Does this actually kind of drive this type of behavior?
In what sense?
Well, meaning like, as far as economics go, meaning like, is money wise? Is it more like, let's just maybe just do it somewhere where it's not going to cause a big scene, or I could lose a lot of money, I would lose my job and that sort of thing. Did you discover anything like that in your reporting?
Yeah, I think I discovered more of the stress comes from living situations. So,
I
like,
see.
ideally, you would be doing this in private in your home, but more people have roommates, more people live with their parents, more people have to split rent or live in really small spaces. And that's kind of pushing this to become more external.
All right. And then I mentioned earlier about social media. Does it really influence this sort of things?
Um, I don't know if it necessarily influences it, but it definitely makes it a lot more visible to folks. And so, that can have its own cascading effect. I don't know if we've seen that show up yet, but we definitely can spectate more than we have in the past.
I think so. I think also too, the one that it's been, if there's something cheated on, we're showing you cheaters there. It's their vengeance to be able to get back at them as well. And I always hate too on social media, people, if you find out there's a breakup, you don't know what to say, and why should you even put it on? Let them figure it out in other ways. No need to put it on there, but people do it. What advice do coaches give couples?
Yeah, they don't recommend going out for a super fancy dinner. Like, don't ask the person out for what seems like is going to be a really nice date and then pull the rug out. And also choose places or types of things that are a pretty easy escape. Like, get a coffee, get an ice cream, maybe pay separately, be ready to like go your separate ways and let that person process what's going on.
It's cheaper to be single for sure. And also, so keep that in mind. If they invite you to Pompadoro's, Something might happen bringing up there in New York. All right. Hey, thank you so much for this. And if you want to find out more information and, of course, about the interview as well, the whole report, you can find links on our website at dailyflashshow.com/FMI.
All right, Mitch, thank you. Well, in honor of National Caregivers Day, we are joined by Dr. Lakeland Eichenberger and Maureen Walsh, a Home Instead pro. So, doctor, tell us about the program Home Instead and how you help families.
Home Instead provides in-home care for older adults, helping them age safely and comfortably with dignity and joy in the place they love most, their home. And for more than 30 years, we've supported families through personalized, relationship-based care delivered by our trained care professionals in communities around the world. Our care pros assist with everyday needs like personal care, companionship, meal preparation, mobility support, and specialized care for people living with memory loss or chronic conditions. And we also take a connected care approach, combining relationship-based support with technology to provide real-time updates and shared care information so families stay informed and feel confident even when they can't be there. And today, Home Instead has more than 650 locations across the U.S. and Canada and over 60,000 care pros providing that trusted care to families every day.
And what do you want people to understand and take away about caregiving and the role Care Pros plays in it?
Caregiving is about so much more than just completing those tasks. It's really about building relationships. And our care pros take time to truly get to know the people they support, their routines, preferences, personalities, and what brings them comfort and joy. And that consistency builds trust within the home, and it helps older adults feel safe, respected, and understood day to day. And over time, that steady presence allows the care pros to really anticipate the needs and adapt to the needs as they change.
Maureen, this one's for you. Why did you decide to become a Care Pro?
Well, I have been a care pro since 2019, and I grew up in a family of caregivers, doctors, nurses, other health professionals. And even though I did not go into that as a career, I grew up in that atmosphere of, caring for other people, of service to other people. And so when I was looking for part-time work later in my life, it just seemed natural to me to want to work with other people and to be a meaningful part of their lives.
And where can viewers go for more information?
To learn more about Home Instead, you can visit homeinstead.com to find a location near you and inquire about services.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. The design world flocked to Florida for KBIS. I went there. It was incredible. We're talking about the kitchen and bath industry show. All to see what's trending. Lifestyle editor Joanne Butler joins us now with the scoop.
Hey, you know what? One of the biggest shifts we're seeing is how the bathroom is becoming a true wellness space. Design trends focusing on calming environments, nature-inspired aesthetics, and products that are beautiful but also easy to maintain. And that's exactly what Toto is showing here, starting with the new Aurora Washlet Plus S7A. This is a one-piece bidet toilet, sculptural design inspired by natural forms. All the water and electrical connections are concealed, so you get this clean, seamless look. But the real breakthrough is on the inside with Toto's new gravity-driven flush system. It has this dual valve nested tank that extends bowl and rim cleaning coverage up to 5 times longer than standard gravity systems, all while being super water efficient. They've also introduced new models for different homeowner needs. The Reddington one-piece, for example, also very clean, architectural lines here, fully skirted profile, easier to clean. There's the Glaston two-piece. This is an updated classic made for extra comfort and optimal performance. And then for design-focused spaces, they've expanded their luxury NeoRest LS and WX1 Smart bidet toilets with new matte black and white finishes. They're just absolutely beautiful.
All right, that's the bathroom, but what about the kitchen?
Well, when it comes to the kitchen, induction cooking on the rise. In fact, induction appliances will account for nearly 2/3 of cooking appliance sales by 2028. And luxury appliance brand SKS has been leading this trend for years. This is their new 36-inch Pro range. It has the most powerful induction cooktop, 7,000-watt heating, pro grade, a full-size steam combination oven. So it literally lets you cook like a pro. And it does so many things: steam convection, steam sous vide, vide, air fry, advanced convection modes, just really enabling you to cook like a pro, consistent results every time for home cooks. It's actually a finalist for the Best of KBIS Awards this year. Next, their LG Signature Fridge. This is engineered to disappear in your home, and it requires no, construction. 45-inch thinner insulated doors, true flush alignment, so it looks like a built-in. And it has these drawers that convert from a freezer to a fridge, so it's totally customizable. It makes amazing craft ice, so it's just next level when it comes to entertaining.
Joanne, where can folks go if they want more info?
Check out our website, lifeminute.tv. We'll have more goodies there for you on home design.
All right, Joanne, thank you so much. Well, there is a new optical illusion blowing the minds of many on the internet, Mitch.
This is what everybody's going to be talking
about? The internets, yeah. Take a look.
For this optical illusion, and so are my husband and I, so I need your opinion. When you first looked at this, did you see some weird pink slime dripping down? Or are you normal and did you see forks? This is like another The Dress situation. I literally looked at this for the first time and my brain couldn't comprehend what I was looking at, and it thought it was some weird alien pink slime dripping down. My husband looks at it and goes, "Those are forks." So let me know in the comments what you see.
This optical illusion is dividing the internet over whether the picture is of pink slime or forks laid out on a hot pink dish towel. It's being called the black and gold dress of 2026. Let's take a look at this. Mitch, I want to find out from you.
I saw they look like cutout sponges. Or like a slime,
Yes.
like cut out sponges.
Yes.
And I'm still looking for the fork. And it's usually, I imagine once I see the fork, that's all I'll ever see.
So
I can't see the fork.
You can't see the fork. So if you look at the top, you'll see the tines of the fork. And there's
Oh, no, I do.
like
I
that.
see it. I see it now. I see it now. Okay.
Because I was like you, I saw the pink slime at first, and I'm like, and then once I saw the forks, that's all I can see are the forks.
So if you think, if you're having issues at home, so if you think of the tines, that
Tines,
if you can imagine them going up, then that's how I saw the forks.
They're four.
I see forks now.
Four forks laid
Yes,
out on top.
be careful
I know.
to say
Be
that.
careful about that. So, so this is kind of fun. It's one of
I like
those
that.
things. But I think once you see the forks, you can't
can't
see
not.
the pink slime
I'm
anymore.
starting to, and I did. That's
Isn't that
all I saw
weird?
the slime.
Yeah.
I think, remember those 3D posters, like
Yes.
Costanza, George Costanza's always
Yes.
after. And I missed those, and it took me the longest time to ever get the very first one. But once you train your eyes to relax, you can see them all the time now. So that's cool. I like that.
Well, the clock might be ticking on teens' TikTok accounts. The social media app is now rolling out AI-powered age detection systems to identify young users. Europe and Australia have both cracked down on social media use for anyone younger than 13 years of age. This AI posting patterns, it's all a matter of how to determine if an account belongs to someone who is underage. When an account is flagged, it will be reviewed by a moderator who will decide whether it should be banned.
I'm glad that this is happening. Our first obstacle was get it out of the
hands of the Chinese.
That's the first thing. And then again, we have to tell everybody, if your kid's hitting you up to get on TikTok, tell them what they do in China.
Yeah.
TikTok in China
It's all history. It's all practical information. It's not Tide Pod challenges. It's not ridiculous people doing door kick challenges.
And they tell, and that goes to tell you what China is doing, man.
Yeah.
And I know it sound like we're conspiracy theories. No, I'm telling you, China is in it for the long game.
The TikTok, they're all educational.
So
what
think
is it
about
here?
that.
It's ridiculousness.
How stupid can what's the most stupid thing you could do?
This is Daily Flash with Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Broadcasting worldwide and streaming. Daily Flash. Today's talk, tomorrow's trends.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mitch English.
I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash. Today's trends, tomorrow's talk. The show within a show that happens during our commercial breaks. It's great.
James is always wanting to do our social media producer, like behind the scenes stuff, and that would have been a perfect one.
It would have been. But before we do anything, speaking of James, let's check in with our stations across the nation.
It has to be cleared through the HR department. Hey, 219
This will
stations.
not be this.
No, I don't think so.
219 stations across the country is where you can find the Daily Flash Show, including American Forces Network, so you can see us across the world. Go to our social media channels, streaming, and to our website at dailyflashshow.com. Click on where to watch. And today, our local partner is from Portland, Oregon, KWVTV. Now, I got something weird for you. You ever heard of Boston, Oregon?
Boston? No.
Okay.
No.
I've heard of Portland, Maine.
See, I'm glad you said
Yes.
that because Portland, Oregon got its name from Portland, Maine. The
How
two
so?
founders flipped a coin, one from Boston, Massachusetts,
Get
the other
outta
one from
town.
Portland, Maine. And Portland won. That was in 1845.
I can't imagine the Boston Ducks. But I mean, I guess I could.
Well,
The
there's
Boston
a-
Trailblazers.
There's
I
the
guess.
duck
Boston
tours, the
Trailblazers.
Boston
The
duck
duck
tours. you can-
tours, the duck boat tours. True.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
Well, just
A
imagine a
coin
coin
toss.
toss.
Yeah,
The-
a coin
put that
flip.
up in
That's
there.
it.
Yeah, because anytime you say Portland, you also say Oregon or Maine.
Okay, it's almost like September 11th. You know which one, when you say Portland, you always assume that it's Oregon,
Yeah.
but because I guess it just made it a bigger city. East Coast might disagree.
Yeah.
We figured it out, James.
Yeah.
Watch out, buddy, because I might have some game now. Okay.
Really?
Oh my God, this is supposed to
Back
be
when
big.
James and I were both single, we would go. Remember my bachelor party?
Oh yeah, I remember. I was there.
You know, I love dancing. I love.
You
to
are a
dance.
good dancer.
Well, thank you.
You are.
Every girlfriend I was with did not think
Did not
so.
agree.
Because I own the floor whenever.
do. Yes.
British researchers said they've actually now cracked the code on what makes a man's dance move attractive to ladies.
Oh,
Wow,
do
okay.
tell.
Okay, and tell me if you agree with this.
Okay.
It all involves confidence, high energy movement, especially in the neck, torso, and yes, the right knee. Now, my left knee's bad, as you know this.
The right knee. Okay.
If you want, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, here it is. Check out this video. Go ahead and hit it, Keegan. Scientists at Northumbria University, they use 3D motion capture. James,
Yep.
is this how you dance? Because you always have the ladies.
A little bit more rhythm than that, but you know.
So they go.
just a little bit.
What you can't see. This is obviously a white guy. What you can't see is the white guy biting his upper lip.
Right.
And they did that on purpose. So they put a faceless
Oh, the
look.
Running Man.
Didn't do any clothing on it or whatever.
Yeah.
You might have to loop this. But
Oh my
they
gosh.
did this so that women are not looking at what they're wearing. They're looking at the dance move altogether.
Dance move.
Yeah.
So they're saying varied, rhythmic, controlled movements.
Uh-huh.
Basically, that signals physical fitness, and that translates into attractiveness. And we take this back to the caveman time.
Wow.
Yes, yes.
Would you? And anything I disagree with? You disagree with? So
No,
far?
but I think it's kind of primitive because when you look at a man and the confidence and the way he moves, that gives you a lot of information about, other things that might,
100%.
arise in the relationship.
It makes complete sense that
Yes.
way. And so I'm the guy. When I dance, I want everybody looking at me.
What, you close your eyes?
Yeah, and I go, no, you're right. No, you're right. And I bite the lip, I like it. And I got it. I tell you, when back the single days when I was dancing, I was much older, obviously. The next day, I could not walk.
Really?
My knees would be so messed up. And then,
Oh my
I
gosh.
also now, as of late, I will go around a corner and my knees.
You
go
got a
down.
bum knee, yeah.
All right, so Isabella, keep on playing this. Can we
my
go to the
gosh.
God Cam? I'm going to try to demonstrate this
boy.
live.
Oh, here we go.
Boy.
All
Here
right,
we go.
so-
We're
all right.
gonna call it the peacock. There you
This
go.
is called the peacock.
Peacock,
Okay.
yeah, there you go.
So I'm watching. I'm going to do. Okay, there's a little bit of the Running Man.
Don't hurt
Tell
your
me,
knee.
ladies, are you just turned on or is
Oh,
it what?
I can't even
I am doing everything.
hold myself back.
So there's a lot of the hand. I never
There you
really.
go.
This
You're
reminds
doing
me of
the
the
Carlton.
Carlton. Yeah,
That's how we
Yeah.
can tell that's not a
But
brother.
see, I'm all about.
That's it. That's how we can tell
That's
that's not a
exactly
brother.
right.
You don't dance like that.
My
Brother
dance,
did not use those moves.
my dance, because I think as I have short
There you
legs,
go.
I can do a lot of like leg stuff, right?
James, they want you to
okay.
dance.
James, all right. We'll have
All
more
right.
Flash coming up. We got celebrity
you
real
go.
estate. James and I getting down. We're almost
dance
like
off.
nights at the Roxbury, right?
Dance off. Dance, dance.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Daily Flash. Let's look now at the lifestyles of the rich and famous. We're going to dive into some celebrity real estate. This is so fun to see how the other half lives,
Yeah,
right?
it's sort of our way of window shopping.
Yeah, 100%.
We start with one of my favorites, NFL legend Tom Brady
Love
and his
that guy.
25,000 square foot bachelor pad in Miami. The property is set on roughly 2 acres and has been undergoing a complete renovation from the ground up during the last 5 years. Brady and then wife Giselle purchased the lot in 2020 for about $17 million. After the divorce, though, Brady transferred the deed into a trust, took out a $35 million loan to fund construction costs. The main residence features a modern vibe with expansive balconies and floor-to-ceiling glass walls and windows facing out toward the water. Indian Creek Island, where it's located, remains one of the most exclusive areas in the country. Your neighbors, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg,
wow.
Ivanka Trump, and Jared Kushner, they all live right here next to Tom Brady.
And just living by him also raises up your property value here. It's funny you mentioned it, bachelor pad. When he bought it, it wasn't one.
Yeah.
And so he's like, "Well, I got $35 million. Let's make it one." And
I'm tearing this thing down. Her plans are out the door. It's all mine.
I wonder if that came with a boat. I've got $35 million. I need a boat because I have a dock.
Yeah.
So might as well, right?
And the jet skis. I know if he sells it, the boat and the jet skis do come with the house.
Very nice.
Yes.
Okay, Gene Hackman, the late Gene Hackman and his wife Betsy. We saw what their New Mexico home looked like. Well, it's just now sold 1 month after it was put on the market. Hackman's Santa Fe compound listed back in January for $6.25 million. The property was put on the market about a year after their bodies were found. The couples purchased the home back in the 1990s. The 53-acre compound in Santa Fe is just outside of downtown. The main house and the guest house include a combined 13,000 square feet, including 6 bedrooms overlooking the high desert. Outdoor features include a lap pool and a hot tub and a putting green. I think your neighbors would be Julia Roberts, I think, used to at least have a place up there.
You're right, Julia
as well.
Roberts. Yeah, absolutely. How do you feel about moving into a house like that?
I don't know. Wasn't there because they found him dead and like at one time there was like maybe there was a gas leak, and you said you kind of wonder.
You don't know. Yeah, it's strange. A California property once home to a Golden Girl has listed for $7.65 million. The 5-bedroom residence built back in 1948 was once owned by Estelle Getty, who you might remember played Sophia on the hit show. The doors open to a black and white marble entry, leads into a living room with a large bay window and an antique French fireplace. And a chef's kitchen features a walk-in pantry as well as a breakfast bar, a casual dining area. The main bedroom suite has a walk-in closet and a spa-like bath with heated floors. The basement, which comes with its own separate entrance, can serve as a guest suite, a home office, a gym, a screening room, or studio space. The basement also includes a wine cellar for 1,500 bottles and an additional storage room.
Nice. Thank you for being a friend. There you go. And finally, the Piano Man seems to be singing a little different tune regarding the sale of his Hamptons home. Billy Joel, he's pulled the Long Island compound from the market after he just relisted it. Joel first tried to sell the estate in 2023 for $50 million while the property was undergoing a massive renovation. The mansion features 20,000 square feet of living space, 5 bedrooms, 8 baths, 30-foot ceilings with views of Long Island.
Ooh.
Property also has a spa, ballroom, wine cellar, and guest house, a bowling alley, we just saw that, along with a beach house, pool, dock, tennis court, helipad, because you need that, and a 6-car garage, $50 million. If the renovation goes through, I imagine it's going to be even more. Wow, look how gorgeous that
beautiful.
is, though, right?
Here's my thing. It's like having one of those fancy boats. It's always good to have a friend that's got a fancy boat, much like a friend who has a beautiful estate like this, because the maintenance and the upkeep on this, I can't imagine the cost of the utility bill.
When I said 30-foot ceilings, I was thinking, man, cobwebs get up there. You know how hard it would be? You would have to, like,
at least a staff
ladder.
of 10 for cleaning and...
People always forget that, right?
Yeah, and the lawn maintenance and the watering and the grounds and the gardens.
And here's a guy that's lost his fortune like twice already, so maybe that's the reason why he pulled it off. It's like, you know what, I'm going to hold it for a little while. We got more of today's Talk, tomorrow's trends, and we also have a website waiting for you.
DailyFlashShow.com. You can sound off, join in on the conversation. You are a huge part of our show.
So we've upgraded.
Mitch, the website.
Of course, we got more Hollywood stories.
More Mitch, please.
And now you can read and watch what we couldn't fit on the show.
And there's even a sound off button.
Just click it.
Leave us a message.
Right there from your computer.
Or even your cell phone. You could hear your voice right here on TV. So what are you waiting for?
Go on and check it out. Right now. Go on. Do it.
DailyFlashShow.com. It's the website for Daily Flash. We kept the name simple for you.
Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English, along with Andrea Jackson. You know, more young Americans are actually skipping that rite of passage and just letting their parents chauffeur them around. Why is Gen Z putting the brakes on driving? It boggles my mind. So we need to get some experts, and somebody did a little research on it. With more insight is Julia Pukochevsky. She is from Business Insider. Welcome back there, Julia. Why do you think teens are just delaying getting their driver's license? It was such a big deal when I turned 16.
Yeah, there are a few different reasons. I think one of them is that for past generations, having a car meant freedom, and sometimes it meant, specifically the freedom to do things that you don't want your parents to see, like going to a party with alcohol or going on a date. And Gen Z is just doing those things. Not all Gen Zers, of course, but in general, there's been a decline in those behaviors in drinking alcohol and having sex. So a car doesn't necessarily mean freedom to them. It might be that having phone access is more freedom because they can talk to their friends online or see whatever they want to see on their phones. I would say also rideshare apps. You have this availability, so why would you go through the work of learning to drive if you have someone to drive you or your parents to drive you? And then of course costs of cars, insurance and lessons and things like that as well.
And parents are out there, they scratching their head like, I got 5 kids, and my daughter was the only one excited about getting her driver's license. But how does this affect maybe the parents in their daily lives?
Yeah, I think the parents, it can be annoying because they may have expected a break, and then now they have to drive their 17-year-old around, and they can feel frustrated, especially if they have younger kids, like you mentioned, if they have 4 other children. But overarchingly, what I saw when I spoke to parents was that they're worried about what it means, in the grand scheme of their child's confidence and ability to navigate life. They're worried that they might miss out on job opportunities if they can't drive, or it might limit where they could live, or just affect how they socialize. They might feel a little distressed that their kid is only talking to their friends on their phone and not in person. So those are all factors as well.
In your research there, I'm gonna just kind of throw this on you. Did you see, now with the advent of electric bikes and electric scooters, as well as FaceTime, were you seeing, if a kid wants to, usually they hang around with people in their schools and they can just take an electric bike and, ride along and get there if they need to, no driver's license there. And then the FaceTime, they can actually talk to them as well. Were you seeing that as a trend, as part of why they're not getting their license?
A little bit less. I didn't dive into scooters as much, but there were some Gen Zers who were, willing to even learn about public transport. I think there was one in Nashville who was doing that, or even, on college campuses, or, they would buy a bike or something else like that. I do think Gen Zers as a trend are more skeptical of how driving dependent the US is in general. And I think they're kind of hoping to find ways to sort of get around that. A lot of times that's just moving to more walkable cities as well.
Yeah, and we're talking about rideshare apps, and I think the rideshare apps know this, and they have teen accounts as well. So it's making it a little bit easier too. Is any other technology helping them out?
Well, I think it's a little more of an emerging technology, but there are actually parents putting their kids in Waymos in San Francisco. So so I think self-driving cars, that's sort of, the president of Uber was predicting that within 5 years, we're going to start to see more of an integration of self-driving cars. And it'll be partly driven by this exact trend that you have these generations of younger people who just don't want to drive, or maybe not going to know how to drive. So perfect market.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I never even thought about that, because and if you're a Gen Z, or maybe you're in high school right now, you're like, well, in the future, cars are going to drive myself. Why do I have to worry about that sort of thing anyway? Having a 15-year-old, I'm a little excited, and could be a yes or no answer for this question. Are parents actually excited they don't have to pay more insurance because their kid's not going to be driving?
I think it's a mix. Yeah, I think it's a mix. I'll say too, what I did notice is some Gen Zers aren't necessarily never driving; they're just opting to do it later. And I think what's interesting about that too is, if you look at, say, Europe, the driving age is a little bit older than ours. It's usually closer to 18.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
all right.
So they're delaying. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Very insightful. More information, you can go to our website or businessinsider.com. Thank you.
Let's jump into some trending stories right now. A one-of-its-kind flag that draped former President Abraham Lincoln's casket during his funeral has found a new home in the Big Apple. Keen's Steakhouse, known for its collection of Americana memorabilia, recently unveiled their auction purchase. The 141-year-old restaurant purchased it for $500,000. Wow. The American flag features 37 stars and is the only surviving casket flag from Lincoln's funeral train from D.C. to Illinois. It will be permanently displayed in the restaurant's second-floor Lincoln Room. The flag joins other Lincoln memorabilia in Keen's upstairs dining room. My goodness, what a piece of Americana history.
Come for the steak, stay for the nostalgia and the
Yeah, I like
American
that.
history as
Yeah.
well. That is something pretty significant too. You think about it, and the price, $500,000 totally can buy into that.
Yeah.
You can see it costing that much. All right, if you're a cop and you look good, life is good for you because a police officer has gone viral after the department shared a photo of him holding a dog on Instagram. Well, that automatically makes you sexier if you hold a pet, right?
Absolutely.
Well, let's just say there are plenty of I heart emojis for sure. Here's the dude. He's from Burbank Police Department, and he posted the image featuring Officer Parks with a French bulldog, saying that while he was out on the call, he was greeted by the pup, but it was the officer himself who quickly became the focus. The post has more than 250,000 likes. And what people have to remember is that police officers are out there serving the public, and they're always out there. And it's nice to see the fact that they're pet lovers as well. So I'm more than likely, if he's a single guy, that should probably go on his dating app because do well. It says everything about him, right?
You see a gorgeous man like that holding a dog or a baby, forget it. It's all over. I mean, you can't help but not like the photo. And obviously, many people say like a dog is a great magnet, whether you're a guy or a girl. And if you're looking, to date someone, it's a great icebreaker, great conversation starter. But yeah, he's gorgeous and the dog is adorable.
And the uniform doesn't hurt either.
And the uniform
right?
helps a lot, ladies. Come on. Yes.
So we want to thank all of our police officers out there. And you might not get pictures with dogs, but we appreciate you for sure. We appreciate you at home for watching us. And we know we are not done with this hour yet.
No, much more of today's Talk Tomorrow's Trends still to come right here on Daily Flash.
Stick around.
From the biggest pop culture moments to the stories you'll be sending to the group chat, El Flash Latino brings the energy, the attitude, and the saber every single time.
Saludos a todos, yo soy Gisela Bouvier. Y yo soy Fabián Marcano y le damos la bienvenida a El Flash Latino.
With Fabian and Gisela serving up laughs, hot takes, and pure personality, you never know what they'll say next in whichever language comes out first.
Pero we're in Spanish. Yo soy Isis. There, from
Jump into the show that celebrates culture, comedy, and all things Spanglish. El Flash Latino.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Daily Flash. Don't just sit there, come hang out with us online. We're all over Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all of them. Just search for Daily Flash Show, jump in on the fun, and of course you can always sound off by dropping us a line at flash@dailyflashshow.com. James takes care of all that, don't you, Bub?
Yes. And I have the question of the day for you guys. Are you ready for that?
I'm red eye.
All right, you gotta give me a good answer to this. Okay. What's something you thought you'd never use but now love?
Okay. Mitch?
I just used it today. My wife gave me a pill case. I don't know what I did with it, but anyway. remember right before the show, I was like, hold on, you guys are texting time. I got to run. And I had this pill, and what I love about it is that the back of my phone has a magnet, so I could pop it. And y'all know I have to have my supplements and all that, and my Adderall and all that stuff. So that's... at the beginning of the show, that's not what I was thinking because she gave me something else, but I can't think about it. What it was? That's something very handy.
I will say this: the Aura frame, the digital picture frame. I've given that as a gift, and then my sister ended up giving us a gift, and I didn't realize how much I enjoyed that thing. I love looking. I mean, it is fantastic. The digital picture frame that just scrolls through all your photos.
And you can, like, if I took a picture, I can email it to you.
You can email it to me. Yep.
That's
Send
dope.
it to my frame. Yeah.
I like that.
Folks are writing in, I'm sure, right?
I know. Yeah, man. Look, keep bringing in the comments, and here's what we got. You know, people bringing in the comments. We got our comments from last week when we asked the question of the day: what moment made you realize technology was changing fast?
Yes.
So Ken commented, seeing my granddaughter try to swipe left on a physical photo album to go to the next picture. It hit me that touchscreens aren't just a tool for them; they are the default way the world works. And James posted, when my grandma started sending me TikToks before I even woke up, if she can master the algorithm faster than me, the robots have definitely won.
There you go.
So there we go. There you go. Your comments, keep bringing them in, keep rolling them in. We want to hear.
And you'll answer things that maybe we might have asked earlier in the week.
Right.
Yeah. I'm constantly trying to enlarge our rundown, and it's not going anywhere.
I've done that too.
I mean, have you?
Bye-bye, y'all.